Yes, girl. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm good. How are you?
You just, look, you didn't have your microphone, but I mean, I feel like that's almost good luck for the way that we should start the show.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yes, I am under the gun. Your boy is running to the airport. I can only do a half an hour today. I'm going to be in Syracuse tonight. So if you're in the area, come through. But I know, Tori, you're going to hold it down. Tori, what do you know about Syracuse? Did you ever spend any time up there?
No, but I know it's got a great journalism program and that their mascot is just the color orange.
I was thinking about that, and it's a good thing because they changed it because there's a period of time we named mascots from schools after people's skin tones, which people had to realize at some point, even in like probably the late 70s, like, you know what, I don't know if the Washington football team name is gonna last. But yeah, they were the Syracuse Orange people, however you want to say it. And they changed, but like a team like St. John's was the red, they were the Redmen, whatever. And they changed it to the Red Storm. They didn't just change it to St. John's Red. That sounds like a flavor of Mountain Dew.
I think Cornell is just the Reds.
I kind of like that.
The red, I think. We don't know why some of your names are altered either, guys. We see you all look very strange with your names.
Okay, this is so weird. Okay, first of all, I told my girl keeps reading this email, and she goes, "Somebody keeps sending you this," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And it was like somebody saying that people. What did it say, Sarah? She's working from home. But anyway, it was like their names being said. Yeah, it said people don't like their names being said when they make a comment. And so
I think
now
that's another conversation. I think I got that same email.
But then why is everybody's name all weirded out?
Because we're on a different link, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
I think we're on the right link.
It says, I see that all our names are appearing different. They're going to have to learn them all again.
This is so weird. Yeah, I've never it's Lucy says this entire feed feels weird. It absolutely does, Lucy, because I got this weird email about people's names, and then I come on and it's saying, and everybody's name looks like when they say choose a strong password instead of your own. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Who's Slapshot 29? I feel like we're gonna get lured into saying cover my butt. Who's cover my butt?
No, but it's so weird. Are we on a different feed for you guys than normal? Okay, let us know because we'll try and find our way back. Sylvia is now Slapshot. Okay.
Honestly, Sylvia is now Slapshot. Sounds like something you say after you told your friends you don't think that the drugs you took are doing anything. You're like, I don't feel anything. Sylvia smokes Slapshot. And you're like, okay, I think they are kicking in, buddy. I love it. Hey, y'all, let's steer into the weirdness. We are all lucky enough to be alive at a time on the planet where Toria and I can have our own goofy show. So let's do that. Let's do the people what we're supposed to do and give them a show. Do you remember what I told you that John Witherspoon, the late, great John Witherspoon from the movie Fridays, what he always told me about Performer Story?
No.
Oh, I'll never forget this. I was young in my career and I was opening up for him. And this is back when a famous comic, I'm not going to say who, kind of went through a mental health episode. And it's like maybe 10 years ago. And he goes, I used to open up for Richard Pryor. He was nuts. He was like, but he was a professional. You do the show and then you lose your mind. You don't nut up at the show. And it's just like so interesting how cool like that boomer generation was. It's like, I'm not saying that you're not a crazy entertainer, but these people paid $51. So get it together for an hour and 10 minutes and then we can go climb that pole over there.
Yeah, right. That's funny.
Tori, do you have any weekend plans?
I have a few people I'm meeting up with, but what are you doing this weekend?
I'm going to be in Syracuse performing at the Funny Bone.
Nice.
Yes. Tori, do you know what I was thinking about today? And I want to get your opinion live on air. If I wrote some jokes for you, if I basically wrote an act for you, would you tour on the road with me?
Yeah, but I would not want you to write the script for me at all. I
It
would just
wouldn't be
do it.
word
I'll
for
do
word,
like
just like a skeleton, then you could Tory it up.
maybe your old IG is coming up. This is so weird. I'm so taken back and distracted by all of your weird names. Okay. I will try and maybe I could workshop with you. That would be great. That would feel better. And maybe I could do that.
Okay. That seems like it would take way more time than I'm willing to commit, but yes, we'll see. I really think you have a life on the stage that you're neglecting.
I do
I
want to
really
back. I know. I
Yeah, you
do.
were meant meant to be like on stage with the light on you. All right, Tori, let's get to it because we got lots to discuss and my time is short. So let's get after it, girl. All right, Tori, I'm gonna take this one and run with it. Trump to host New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani at the White House. I'm assuming this is after the UFC event that's going to take place there. And a surprising post-election twist. President Trump will meet face-to-face with NYC's incoming Democratic Socialist Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani this Friday. The sit-down follows a hostile campaign season. Basically, they both hated each other. He called Mamdani a communist. And, Mamdani criticized all of his policies. So the meeting is expected to focus on New York City's affordability crisis. Interesting how we're starting to hear this word, affordability. I want to see the crossover between, like you can do those word clouds when affordability came in and when Epstein came in, because I guarantee you they were like, we need to change the subject. So, Tori, do you think that Trump has like valid concerns for New York City affordability? And I'll say this, does it matter if he gets some good stuff done?
I think he really wanted to he talked about deporting Mamdani and he was really against him. But in some ways, and I know you guys are going to be strange here, but I think this is weird.
Stranger than their names?
Yeah, their names are really freaking me out. Mamdani and Trump campaign in a similar way, which is unconventional. They use the press in a way different way than most people do. And they're both New Yorkers. And I believe that Trump sees him as a possible celeb, which is his favorite. And I think he wants him to be in charge of the entire Democratic Party. And I think he wants to befriend him because he's so popular and New York's his town. And I just think he's changed a lot because he saw how well Mamdani went, and wherever the wind blows, Trump goes. You know what I mean? Wherever he sees it.
What's interesting, Tori, about what you just said, and I don't even know if that it was like a point you were trying to hit, but you talked about how Mamdani used social media differently. If you think about like our last kind of like monumental, elections with Mamdani being one, Trump 1 and 2, and Obama, Trump used Twitter in a way that nobody had ever used before. Obama was a very grassroots Facebook campaign when people were like, no, you go put flyers on windshields and you shake a man's hand at the grocery store, and they didn't realize that this shift was coming. So maybe between the two of them, maybe they can get something done. I mean, it's rough when have you ever had to meet up with somebody that definitely knows that you insulted them?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really awkward, but Trump doesn't have those social cues. It doesn't really matter to him. But yeah, and they both spoke for the people, for the outsiders, for the people that want different things. So I think he sees that he could probably maybe work. I also think he has a thing with New York, and it's very important to him to be back and with New York again. But yeah, Christine McGinnis, or whoever you are, I hope that name is right, says I wouldn't trust going into any closed room with Trump.
Absolutely. By the way, it took until today for me to actually hear the audio clip of what he said about the Washington Post reporter that was dismembered by Saudis. And he just goes, some people didn't like him and stuff happens. I was like, are you Tony effing Soprano? That's a beautiful family you got there, Mamdani. It would be terrible if something happened to him.
Soprano. I think it's soprano. But I also want to say one thing is he also asked for people in the Democratic Party who spoke out against him to be executed and put to death. He called them seditious and the punishment is death. And everyone's like, this has gone crazy. So yeah, you'll see what happens with the Mamdani. I think Mamdani is quick and clever enough to know he's facing a wolf and he needs to go and being very careful about what he'll say. And he'll be prepped. I think he'll be prepped really, really well.
All right, we shall see. Tori, let's flip it up because I want to get to this and I'm being selfish in case I have to leave. Let's talk about Miss Jamaica.
Yeah.
Fine as all outdoors, very attractive. But you know what? There was a problem, Tori. Starts with a G, ends with Avity. Yes,
No,
she
I felt so bad. She tried so hard
she
too.
did, and she took a shocking fall off the stage, and I'm not making light. It looks like she did hurt herself. She left, I believe, on a stretcher. So I will ask you this, Tori. She is in stable condition, so I'll say that before we move on. Have you ever fallen in front of a large number of people? And I want you to think about this question.
I have, yeah. By the way, we have the video. Yeah, I think we have the video.
Oh, let's do it.
Do we have the video? Yeah, so it looks like there's like a pit and other people have fallen, says Julia. Several of the women fell during that show. So
Tori, everybody saw you just put your hand up to your head because it's such a visceral reaction.
That drop.
I almost think that your brain is telling you to protect your face because there's a thing. One thing when you fall, most people break their wrist because they're trying to catch themselves. She just fell doing, and I'm not throwing any shade here, like a power strut, like a walk she had prepped. So that's like
I thought the same thing for like days and weeks.
She's focused on that walk, not like the floor.
Right. And it's a little bit scary to see. Julia again said that several women had fallen. It did look brutal. She was taken out on a stretcher. Yeah, I thought so. It was the orchestra pit. And it looked like she just didn't walk around because she was so focused on like Miss Jamaica, you know. By the way, did you guys, here we go again. See how she's so the walk is crossover. She doesn't even know. She's face first, it looks like right there. That's terrible. That is awful. But
I'm sure I've told you this, but I think about it all the time. When I was a young comic in Miami, I won a local, and this is the name of the contest, Maxim Magazine's Real Men of Comedy. You're talking to them. Yeah.
Nice.
This is back when Maxim was big. And when you won the contest, you got a chance to open up for, it was Joe Rogan before he was huge, but he was big, but not huge. And Charlie Murphy, which was one of the best things I ever got a chance to do in my life. And I was talking with them all before the show, but it was my first time really in a theater. And I walk out and, they introduce you and it's just a spotlight, Tori. And I didn't do a walkthrough before I walked out there and I was like waving to people like, hey, I was super nervous and I felt like the stool kind of hit my leg. So I was like, oh, let me stop before I kick the stool over. And I looked down to move the stool. And Tori, if I had gone 1 more inch, I would have gone right off the stage. Like right off. The only reason I stopped was because the stool was in front of me.
Oh my
God. Permanent fame on YouTube. And I would have been, what's up, Miami? I would have been like, I did it, mama. Your baby boy. And I mean, I will say this. If that's gonna happen, no matter how hurt I am, I'm going out. You can't get back up. Because then they're gonna want you to continue. You gotta
get out of there.
That's the end of your night.
Yeah, that's true.
Tori, I want to talk about this because it has to do with the law and it has to do with a little bit of your life. Tori, Kim Kardashian is bummed out of her skims. That's right. She failed the bar again. Not laughing. I know the bar is a MFer. Have you ever taken like a sample LSAT? You had to, or like a real LSAT?
Yeah, I took some. I was going to go to law school and I took some sample LSAT questions. And so just so you guys know, it's all like scenario based. Like it's like a whole story and you have to write sort of what you would do differently in the story. It's
I'm
all
a traveler in
yeah.
England in the 1800s. I just
But it's
broke up
like
with my husband and I'm feeling sleepy on this train car. A handsome stranger sits down across from me. That kind of scenario?
No, but it's more like if I'm a tennis player is injured and or you have 5 people and you need to get 6, or it's like it's kind of more psychological, and so it's not just like legal questions at all. And she failed. I think she's failed 6 times. And what was the funniest part was she said all the psychics were wrong. She was crying. All the psychics were effing wrong. They all told me I was gonna pass. It's like, oh
Did one of
boy,
them tell you shouldn't be talking to me, you should be studying?
for sure. And
I
she has
have no
tutors
answers.
and all of this. And I think it's a long-standing thing when your dad's a very famous attorney that you also now remember she also wanted to do human rights for jailed victims. She got Alice Johnson out of jail. So it's something she's always been part of. But yeah, 6th time. So
Tori, do me this favor. I'm going to create a scenario for you. How about that?
okay.
You're Kim's friend,
Okay.
but you're Tori. You're a sweetie, and you never want to hurt anybody's feelings. After you've taken the 6th L,
No, you keep going. She has to keep going.
and they say, Tori, should I try it again? Now you
Yes.
know she's really
Yes. Because
why
she's made a whole like this is a theme of her show and of what she's doing, and like
failing the bar is a theme of her show.
it is
Who's
a
the
lot of the
producer on that?
studying of it. They showed her the moment, like it's kind of interesting. And I got to be honest, if you're gonna say I gave up, what's the proverb? Fall down 7 times, stand up 8. So that's what I would say to her. Lucy says she needs to stop.
Thank you, Lucy. I think Tori still like looks at Nike posters on her wall. Like people can do it.
I think she should
Can't.
not give up. I don't
Tori,
agree. No, she
I
has the
think
time
she's
and the
wasting
money
her
to study.
time.
Then she looks like she's not. Then she gave up. I mean, it's not. I don't think that's in the Kardashian world, or it's not in the Jenner world for sure. But I don't think it's in the Kardashian world.
Well, let me ask you this as a general question. When is it okay to give up? Because there's a saying in Hollywood that it's the only occupation that you can die by encouragement. And what that means is that producers, that the casting people that never cast you, will never say, Tori, you should not be an actress or an actor because you're not good. Because that producer doesn't want to be the person that told Whitney Houston she couldn't sing.
Right, but that's
So,
based on talent, not on what you can learn. You can learn to study and win the bar and pass the bar. That's just talent that you're trying to have. Kim Kardashian, with enough studying, can figure this out. I mean, I don't think that she can give up and show all those girls, and I just don't think she can do it. I mean, do it till you pass, but you're not representing me. That's such a good point. Also, Christine.
yeah, she's going to be like one of those My Cousin Vinny lawyers.
Totally. Christine S says 1927, who by the way says there's no 1927 in her email or anything. So she doesn't know why that's her name. If she wants to work past the dumb bimbo image people have of her, she needs to keep going. I agree.
Does she have a dumb bimbo? I know people do not like her, but I'm able to look at her because I have no opinions about this human. She's had a life. Some things were handed to her. She was at the precipice of kind of viral fame with leaked videos, all that kind of stuff, but she's made the most of it. Because couldn't we, if you played her life over 20 times, couldn't one of them, she becomes an addict? You know, she becomes Amanda Bynes. I mean, being that famous is not a slam dunk. Almost everybody has struggled. Looks like Justin, who's the kid? Justin Bieber. You and I have said like sometimes he looks a little erratic. It's tough. And I mean, I think she's navigated this really well.
She loves it. She loves it. She said over and over again, I just want a camera in my face. It's like what Madonna. Everything has to be recorded. I don't think she's, by the way, going to have clients. I think what she's going to do is represent people in jail and try and work on victims' rights in jail. That's been her big concern for a long time. And people
with her record, she's just going to get them put further back in the jail. I had a cell last week. I'm in a box that's marked sleeping bags now. Stop helping me.
Please stop helping me. Please stop helping me.
All right, Tori, I want to get to this because I know this might make you really emotional. So let's talk about this. Tori, we're talking Kevin Spacey. And He said that he's broke, Tori, and he has no name. I'd be like, congrats. I'd rather have no name than Kevin Spacey any day of the week. What are you talking about? That's a victory for you and whatever PR team you use to scrub Google. Tori, is there any? I always, because I'm in my head a lot. By the way, there's probably a guy on the spectrum on this season of Married at First Sight, and today me and Sarah were watching, and she goes, "He's a lot like you." And I was like, "Is that what are you trying to say?"
Wow.
She's just like, "He's a lot like you." But you know, I always in my head, I'm like, I make up random scenarios about how to get the path back, even when it seems like you're totally counted out. Trump the day after January 6th, Trump the day after grab him by the P. There's no way. It would be unprecedented. And here he is. So there's always a path back to some extent. So what would be Kevin Spacey's path back, if any?
Oh my God. Look, I have to be super honest with you guys. This man was my favorite actor for like a decade.
He was
or more.
amazing.
Yeah, Usual Suspects, which he won an Oscar for, by the way, and no one really knew of him, is my top one favorite movie of all time. He's also done some weird things with this like comeback. So do you guys remember when he dressed in character as his from House of Cards and was like, I need to talk to you about something?
Right.
Like,
his character was named like Frank or something.
Yeah, and he like was like speaking like that. It just nothing he did alleviated what he was alleged to have done. But
really,
yeah.
I mean, there was some tea in that video, though. Remember, he was drinking out of a cup that had the Queen of England, referencing Prince Andrew. Like, I know too, bro.
Yeah.
We're all dirty. I mean,
that was
kind of like
pop culturally.
initial.
Like, he was trying to like tell things throughout that. I think you're right, but I think he was like, you're in too deep to like have that happen. I know the guy from Rent sued him and all that. I think the money, and Michael Anderson, I don't know who you are, 8714, it's lovely to see you, says, how is he with all that money he's made? You spend a lot with top defense attorneys, and he had them not only in America, he had them in Britain as well, because he was accused as well. So that goes away quite quickly. No one wants to, you can't get a sponsorship of something, nothing. So it's,
and also all the hush money he's probably paid out over the years.
Yes. Totally.
Yeah. I mean, he's part of the generation of predators that didn't get the golden ticket where they passed away in 1979. And the last thing they said on their deathbed was they insulted their assistant. You know, these guys started and they acted like those predators, but the 80s came and went, 90s, 2000s, and now the people that they predated on are old enough to speak and able to find each other and have a platform where usually stories like that would be caught and killed and your career would be ended. And I don't know if there's a way back, unless he becomes an advocate for. He's got to do that for like 5 years.
And any movie any money he makes goes to like the victims or survivors, I mean, of any kind of abuse. I mean, it would take a Grand Canyon of a pivot for this man to get some respect. And he was Daniel Day-Lewis respected. I remember being like, this is an actor of our generation, you know? What was the movie? What was this one? The American, what was the one? What was it? You know, when he's like, I rule.
Oh,
American
Beauty.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what you remember from that movie?
I rule. Well, yeah. Also, Michael Dean, I'm so sad. I know everything you write comes up twice. I'm so sorry. And Al, I can see us on the side too.
That's supposed to be there. That's showing us what welcome to 2025.
No, we didn't have that
platform
before.
You're on.
We've
had that since last week. Okay. You're like a grandmother that can't believe
we're on the wrong link
without the switch.
I'm worried we're on the wrong link.
I don't think we are.
Okay.
All right, Tori, let's do this. This is some interesting. All right, Tori, we're talking about a former Olympic snowboarder. Shout out to the X Games. Shout out to Aspen. I'm a big snowboarder. I wouldn't even know where to put my feet or how to get started. How do you get started snowboarding?
I
Do you
think
just
you go
fall?
on, like, a little paddle and, like, you do the balance thing, but I don't know, I'm a skier.
Yeah, I don't that ship missed me. But Ryan Wedding, a former Canadian Olympic snowboarder, has been charged with running a $1 billion transnational drug trafficking operation that was tied to the Sinaloa cartel. All right. Uh the FBI alleges Wedding, now a fugitive from probably would you want to be caught by the FBI or the Sinaloa cartel? I don't know. I think that should replace the phrase "rock in a hard place."
Yeah.
FBI and the Sinaloa. I'm between the FBI and the Sinaloa cartel. Uh, and after he ordered an execution of a witness in Colombia to protect his empire, the case has shocked the sports world, transforming a former athlete into one of the FBI's most wanted fugitives. Tori, what did you think when you saw this story?
I just thought of him snowboarding away, like he's, like, in Austria being
Like
like
Point Break?
yeah, you guys are stacked instead of side by side. Comments are on Tori's face. Yeah, there's something wrong.
How many times
There's
has that been said? I
yeah, it's weird. We're not in the right place. This is crazy, but it's so ironic because it's like on snow and has to do with cocaine. But I don't know. I just thought that was like
well,
really ironic.
well, what I love to do is I get really into large drug trafficking syndicates because I'm interested in like how they operate because I think it's really just global business at a super high level. And the main thing there was this former cartel boss. He did like 20 years in jail, and he's talking about how they launder the money. Tori, it's fascinating.
I can't
It goes
imagine.
all over the world. These shell companies. What he was saying was like when you think of some place like Mexico, where you go like, I'm gonna go to Punta Cana, somewhere on the beach, right? And you don't realize, like, as an American tourist, like the cartel owns that hotel. Basically, the Hilton or the Marriott came in and they're leasing that from them, but you're on cartel property. So that's why there's so many bars and stuff around the beaches, because that's where the drugs come in, and people are spending a lot of cash in those bars, so you can launder that money. So last time you were in Mexico, you definitely were helping launder drug money.
Congrats.
Congrats. I mean, I don't know. I think that this probably happens more often than we think. I mean, when you think back to that movie American Gangster, when they were bringing opium back from Vietnam's and the caskets of the soldiers. I mean, Tori, the bottom line is with human beings, since the beginning of time, people gonna get high, and somebody's gonna make a lot of money doing that. When you watch shows like Narcos, and they have so much wealth, they're burying it in the ground, they're burning it, they can't get rid of it fast enough. I mean, it just shows you like how much money is in this business and why it's so intoxicating for people to take the risk.
Yeah, and I mean, to be an Olympian, you have contacts in a lot of different countries and have a right to be
Yes.
passporting your way and skipping everywhere. I mean, a lot of those could be, could easily be understood by an Olympian traveling. So it's not a bad person to hook up with. I'm not trying to like win the war of drugs for the drugs, but they kind of have already won.
I know. That's one thing you don't hear anymore is like
Yeah,
people are like, we're
no.
gonna win the war on drugs. People are like, try and stay off them.
Yeah,
There's probably gonna
drugs.
be like a couple of years in your life, it's gonna be rough.
And I
Uh
agree. Yeah, Julia,
yeah.
it is weird he's Canadian because for some reason, I don't picture like drugs in Canada. I know that's wrong, but I picture them all like skiing down to get their apple cider and maple leaf. Like, I just don't see a drug dealer cartel being Canadian. Like, how you doing, Pablo? Eh? Like, it's so not what I think of.
I
But
just think
yeah,
that there's any place where there's like I always think about Canada too. There's so much wood and stuff up there. They're doing a lot of trade all over with their lumber and all that kind of stuff. Anytime things are moving in and out of your country, drugs are attached to that.
yeah,
It's in a hollowed out tree. It's in something.
it's in a hollowed out tree.
Hey, whatever. All right, girl. Let's get to this before I have to run, son. All right, let's do one more. I cannot. Okay, let's do this one. All right, Tori. The Obamas are also skipping Dick Cheney's funeral. So I need to know, girl, is this a bad look or just like, my man's busy or like we weren't friends?
So just so you guys get the full picture is why Al said also, because he didn't put in the other part, which is my favorite thing you've ever
Thank
done,
you. Well, why would
is
I? Inform yourself. What do you want from me?
inform
Don't push me.
yourself. So Trump did not make it to the Dick Cheney funeral. JD Vance was left off the Cheney funeral list. I don't think we know if Trump was invited or not, but there's questions to hear that he was not. We do know that JD Vance was not invited. Bush Jr. was there. Obviously, Bush Sr. has passed. I'm so sorry. But Bush and his wife, the Bidens, Dr. Jill and Joe were there. Kamala Harris was there as well. And but yeah, some big names left off the list. I mean, he's not a not controversial person with some strong controversial feelings. And I'm sure he
I'd
was
say so.
clear. I would say he's
so.
Clearly who he wanted on that in his funeral. And Liz Cheney, also part of the family, very clear about what her directives are, and JD is left off. And it just, to not have the sitting president and president at a funeral that's held for another ex-vice president is strange. The Obamas, I assume, were not invited, or also might have been a protest to not show up as well. I think they're protecting their peace. I agree with Mimi completely. And they're doing things their way now. But there you see Mike Pence, the fly guy, Okay?
Oh, yeah.
The fly guy.
Yeah. I mean, Tori, I'll say this and then I'm going to run. There's a part of me that kind of respects it. Like, we don't have to do formality. Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming that they weren't close friends.
I think they didn't come because Michelle and they didn't want to go.
Right. They probably didn't want to go. And it's probably like a bad look because you know what you're going to have to do is field a question from a 20-year-old young Black journalist. It's like, why did you do that? And you're like, I thought I was supposed to. Like, if you didn't ideologically agree with this person or know this person personally and have a relationship, I'm not selling tickets to my funeral. I'm not trying to fill seats. I'd rather have eight people there that like me than 108 people there that feel like they're there for some kind of professional courtessy. Like that's there's a grossness to that to me. So shout out to Dick and the Obamas.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. I hear you guys that some of the comments are coming up on top and then on the side, and we have purple circles with crowns and hashtags in them. And the wrong name.
Sarah just told me that YouTube did an update and everybody is tripping. So it's not just us.
Yes. Okay, great. But I don't know if I would show up for Dick Cheney's funeral. I mean, I don't know if I were, because he did a lot of terrible things to a lot of people. No,
that's what I'm saying. Why would you if you didn't get down with him at all?
Yeah, like I would not want to be there to like fake my wishing you. I mean, I hope he does well wherever, but like if I vehemently disagreed with his comments on a lot of things, I would definitely not be there.
Yeah, let's just give us both some dignity and just like we weren't friends. So good luck in your transition.
Let's be adults.
All right, Tori, I am transitioning to DIA. You and MD hold it down. Maybe you do one or two unpopular opinions. YouTube is tripping. It is not us. We will be back Monday. Michael Dean, I love you. All right.
Bye, y'all. Have fun.
Bye. All right. Syracuse, come see me if you're around. All right. Love y'all.
Hi, Michael Dean. Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well. And we hear you guys. We're trying to figure out too, but it sounds like it might be a YouTube issue. It's also 6 planets, Michael Dean, are in retrograde.
Oh, wow.
6 different planets. I didn't even know that was possible.
I didn't know. I'm like, I'm going to fact check you. Where did you hear that?
I heard that on Instagram from Kelly Schubert. So I don't know.
Well,
she usually gets it right. So isn't Michael Dean so cute?
Oh, you're right. Do you want to so it says, as of November 2025, the 6 planets in retrograde are, you ready? Neptune, Saturn, Uranus.
Let's be honest.
Mercury and Jupiter.
That's a lot to be retrograding. So we're dealing with it at that point as well. Great, we're all screwed. I know what you mean. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, Tori. Well, you guys really just plowed through all those stories today.
Yeah, Al did. What about the first kiss one? I wanted to talk about that one.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. This one kind of is a little weird to me. But scientists somehow were able to figure out when the first kiss happened, and it wasn't between humans, Homo sapiens. No, it was between our ancestors, and it's 21 million years ago. So I believe they're saying, let me make sure I get this right. Yeah, I think it's Neanderthals.
Okay. Yeah. Deer, says Shelley. No, that's so interesting. Now, is this the petrified kiss that they found?
No,
how do they know this?
I don't know. I think they figured out like behavioral characteristics like kissing, and then like retrograded back for how long it takes to develop these things. Let me see. After collecting data on kissing across primates and employing phylogenetic methods to reconstruct the evolutionary history of kissing, researchers found that the activity of smooching first evolved in, quote, most extant large apes and likely occurred in Neanderthals.
Interesting.
They also found out that humans and Neanderthals like to kiss.
That's so fascinating.
I don't think all of them, but like,
right.
you know.
Yes, that's so interesting. Everyone write in the comments if you can. When was your first kiss? Michael Dean, when was your first kiss?
Oh, that's hard to say. I don't know if guys remember it as much as girls. I want to say like 12 or maybe it was 13. Maybe it was my first girlfriend, Lindsay, you know, back before I really wasn't sure whether I was gay. Mostly I was just terrified that I was and hoping I wasn't.
Totally understandable. Well, shout out to Lindsay there. By the way, that song always makes me think, Gigi, this kiss, unstoppable. It's all SAT words. Incombustible, like, you know what I mean? It's all like that. Everyone says I'm too old to remember. Middle school sometime. Okay, probably 7th grade. Was it a good kiss? God, people, it's hard. French kiss at 8th grade. It's not great. And it was, okay, it was good for some people. All right. I feel like the first kiss is not very pleasant at all. Okay.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did your parents ever kiss you?
Oh, all the time.
Cheek, or was it on the mouth?
Cheek.
Okay.
My mom would sometimes kiss me. Yeah, mostly cheek. What about you?
I don't know if my dad's ever really kissed me. I mean, probably as a kid, you know, like just playing around.
Really?
But my mom's definitely, she'll full on kiss me on the lips, which is a little weird sometimes.
I do want to get a pull from that. That's very Tom Brady of your mom. If you guys didn't know, Tom Brady likes to kiss his kids for like 3 to 4 seconds on the mouth. And it's a very strange situation, but I guess that's a showing of love as well. Mimi Davis, late bloomer. I was 16, 17. Good for you. Emilo says my first kiss was very gross. Julia says my parents were both very hands-off. I don't even remember getting hugs. Come here.
Oh, Gigi, that's terrible.
Baby. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I was like,
big on hugs.
Yeah.
Big hugs.
Big hugs.
Each other, like right after you like come back together and as you're leaving.
Right.
Always transitional times were very important.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Christina says my mom still kisses me on the lips sometimes, usually when we're drinking. Hello. Mama Christina gets a little handsy.
She's your 1927, Christina.
So I want you to tell the group, everyone. So you guys know, I know you guys know that Michael Dean is going on a 3-week cruise, and I'm like really freaked out because I'm worried about the show and how we're going to do it without it. But he's going all over South America with his mom in such an unforgettable trip. And I don't know if you guys use ChatGPT. I've used it for like a lot of therapy and for things that I'm going through. But he used it in such a smart way. And I want you guys to hear what he did. So can you explain what you did with your shopping list, or what you took pictures and then?
Yeah. So it's been a progression. My mom asked me if I had made a packing list, and I was like, I've never made a packing list for a trip. And so I created a document with the itinerary, which had the dates and where we were going to be and what the excursion was for that day. And I fed that into ChatGPT, and I said, create me a packing list. And it spit out this great packing list. And so I asked it to do one for my 83-year-old mother. I sent it off to her. And then I was like, you know, starting to get the clothes together for my packing list, you know, so it's like 5 chinos. And I'm like, well, you know, I started so I started to specifically plug in the brand and the color of each of the clothes, like each item that I was bringing. And then I was like, you know what? I bet this thing could create me some looks. So I asked it to create looks using all of the stuff in my packing list and what days I had to do laundry and all these things. And yeah, so it built, like, I fed it everything, like shoes, socks, underwear, like all my tops, like I'm bringing a nice suit, all these things. And it's great. I don't have to think about what I'm wearing during the whole trip and whether I'm wearing things too much or whatnot. It even worked in my workout outfits. But then yesterday I took my mom shopping to make sure she had some really comfy shoes and some nice blouses. And I showed her what ChatGPT did for me, and she's like, well, why don't you do it for me, Michael? And I was like, well, I don't know what your looks are, Mom. And so she had packed everything. She unpacked all of her bags. We leave like in a week. And I went over there and I took photos of every blouse and all of her shoes and every pair of pants and all of her jewelry that she's planning on bringing. And I fed it into ChatGPT to come up with her looks. And what's even worse, I asked it to coordinate with the looks that I'm wearing so that we look good in pictures together.
Isn't that incredible? Lucy says, you're such a good boy, Michael. I do want to ask you guys what you use. Someone said I recently started using Google Gemini. It's supposed to be similar to ChatGPT. I wondered if you could guys write in the comments what you use specifically ChatGPT for. Is it, like a laundry list, like a food list? What do you call that? A shopping list. Okay, I'll get there. Do you ask it like how to get something done on your iPhone? I have been asking it, like, I don't know if anyone knows this, but like it can get really psychologically therapeutic for you. I don't know, Michael, have you ever done that, Michael Dean?
So it's funny that you brought that up. Because I, was having a couple of arguments with my significant other, and I started to feed it pictures of text messages and asking for like advice on how to handle these situations and what's going on. And then, like, how do you talk about this in a reasonable way? Like, what is some right language to use? And, I thought it gave me great info, and I tried some of it. Some of it went over well, some of it didn't. But then I was telling my therapist about it and using ChatGPT to do all of it. And she was like ready to come over and smack me. She's like, don't you dare turn to ChatGPT for any like psych stuff. They will they're too psychophanish. They'll just tell you what you want to hear. They don't know. Anyways, I don't know.
I'm taking like real advice from ChatGPT. A lot of you are saying no. Someone says use it for my recipes and to update my resume. That's actually really smart. I do see some politicians, and even did y'all see that article? It was written, and then at the very end it said, would you like me to make this a little bit more friendly and more like warmer? And they kept it in the article. That is so embarrassing. Mimi says, I asked for self-compassion, affirmations, recipes, and conversation. His voice name is Nova. Y'all are using voices?
Yeah, my you can talk to it. You can create, there's like an option to do it as a voice, and you can actually ask it to change its voice. So I've asked mine to be a British male, and I've named him James. And so when I'm talking to James, like, yeah, James knows it's James. And it's really great. Like, even if you're in the car, you can like just do it, like put it on Apple Play, and I can have full-on conversations with it and help me plan things.
This is the future now. Nobody's going to be friends. We're just going to be talking to our individual people. I would like to know more about my genealogy. I might research that. That sounds really interesting, by the way.
Yeah.
And Skix, I don't know who you are. I think you're someone we know. Asked to recheck a therapy diagnosis, and it gave me the better info. My husband was misdiagnosed. Shelly uses DuckDuckGo, and that's how you write a letter to your governor. By the way, that's like an encrypted way. So if you really care about your privacy, DuckDuckGo is cool. Is very good to do that. My niece's ChatGPT is an Indian voice. What should my ChatGPT do?
Well, the thing was that I wanted to choose someone, like a voice that I would feel like I would listen to, that's an authority, that was reassuring, comforting. For whatever reason, I think it's all the Batman movies. I always wanted an English butler. And but like more than just a butler, you know what I mean? Like that's not even the right thing. Like,
but like an assistant in that way.
Right, who's like wise and smart and like better than me and all these things. But for whatever reason, because I'm super wealthy in my head, it just works for me.
So yeah, you do have to be careful, they're saying, because it can tell you what you want to hear. But Skick says strong and handsome, which is so funny too. I think what's so funny is like I'm going through the ringer right now, and I think I want someone I want to trust.
Right.
I don't know what that means though. Interesting. Very interesting. Q-Tech says he changed my Echo devices for female British voice. Now I changed my maps, guys, to a voice that sounds like this. Not at this light, but at the next light, turn left. And she's like, as if it's no big deal, which I need because I panic when I drive. And then she'll say, turn right. Not at this stop sign, but at the next one, you're good. And I'm like, thanks. So like, I wanted someone like that in the car my whole life. So it leaves me very happy. Wow, you can change it. It is a good second opinion too. That's a great point. That is a great point. That's a really good point. Yeah, I think that's very smart.
It also makes a lot of mistakes. So, my whole thing, like, especially when it's psychiatric advice or medical advice.
Yes.
Like, don't just rely on it. That can be really dangerous. And especially because it just tells you what you want to hear.
Totally.
Like that, you're absolutely right that is the way that it is. It's a predictability model, a language prediction model, and it gives you the answer that it thinks you most want to hear.
I hear that too. Shelly says, I only respond to lower toned male voices. Do you want to know something funny? And it's not funny, but it's interesting. There was an airplane that had something coming at it. Another airplane. Obviously, it's not like, okay, I'm sorry. And
it's an alien.
What else is in the sky? And the people on the ground were like, go down, go down, go down. And they were screaming it. And the voice of the computer that had the actual radar had a very low tone voice. And it said, pull up, so as not to panic you. But the pilots listen to the screaming voices and they crashed because of it. So they're changing the voice control within the pilot's pit. Is it the pit? The cockpit?
Cockpit, yeah.
Yeah. Shelly, I'm so sorry.
Pit, but
just go to the pit. I'm so sorry, Shelly, that some people can't see your comments. I'm so sorry, everyone, for this. It's not a great day.
Yeah, blame YouTube, not us, because
I don't know what happened. How about that AI where you can get a deceased family to convo with you? Now, this was a Black Mirror. Thank you, Black Asian, for bringing this up. There was a Black Mirror where you could go in and I think it turned out to be like it happened in real life, where you could hold like a VR of your child or someone that died. And I said on DBL, I don't know if you guys agree, I would be addicted. I would just be in that. I would be with my mother every single second of every single day. I would just never leave with Josie Rose there. Like I feel like that could be bad for the grieving process. I don't know what you guys feel and also what you think.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I don't know about, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like I'd be okay with like keeping voice memos of them or voicemails. Or
I listen to their voicemail all the time.
Yeah. I bet you have some of, didn't you say you had some of moms?
I have tons of moms and they're all like, hi chicken, I love you. And like, just to hear that, but I bet in the future, they're going to recreate that stuff. And
I mean, they can do it now. It's pretty crazy, being able to copy that stuff.
Yeah. That seems a little scary.
Tori, speaking of aliens, last night I went and saw Begonia.
Okay. This is guys with Emma Stone and her amazing director, Lorthos Viagros. I don't think that's right.
Oh wait, hold on. I had to look it up. It is Yorgos Lanthimos.
Yorgos Lanthimos. Yes, that's correct. Bye, Marcy. We'll see you soon.
And Jesse Plemons is in it with Emma Stone.
And how was Begonia? I've heard it's excellent.
So, like, I am gonna be honest. I loved Poor Things visually.
Yeah, I know. But
I hated the story.
Yeah.
The way that the female characters and the way where they were used by the men, the whole thing turned me off. I thought it was so antiquated.
A lot of people did.
So not,
Sort of anti-feminist almost.
100%. It was gross. I thought the whole thing was gross, and it made me mad. So I went into this like reluctantly. And first of all, I did not recognize Jesse Plemons for like the first 10, 15 minutes of the movie because he is so thin.
He's become extreme. I mean, I think it was for the movie, right?
Yeah, I mean, he does not look anything like he does in every other movie you've seen him in. I mean,
yeah.
his face finally, like, I got it through, but it's a crazy premise.
And as Brett White says, those films, Yorgos's films, are acquired taste. They're like caviar, or they're like endive. You know what I mean? It's a hit or miss for some people. Cilantro, even.
Right.
Yeah. So go ahead. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. These two guys kidnap the CEO, played by Emma Stone, because they believe she is an alien. And like kind of the ilk of like the lizard people that certain QAnon people believe exists type of a storyline.
The conspiracy theories, yeah.
Conspiracy theorists. And it is, I really enjoyed it.
Oh!
There were some twists and turns. It was very exciting. It was so well played. I'm telling you, I love Jesse anyways, like Jesse Plemons.
He was amazing.
And Emma Stone was so good.
Oh, I can't wait. And John Waters, I think, is in it. Is that right, Julia? I think, was John Waters in it? I saw him in the preview and I was like, is that John Waters? I am going to pick the Texans versus the Bills. I already have a feeling about it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. Very strongly.
We didn't do your Vibey predictions.
No, but we're going to pretend that whole thing went on. Vibey predictions.
Wait, I bet I can do it. Where is this thing? Hold on.
Oh, my gosh. Gigi says, I need some good juju for the Buffalo Bills game tonight. Tori for Thursday Night Football. All right, I'm going to tell you.
I can't find it.
Okay. Well, I will tell you Bills versus Texans.
Wait. Is this it?
That was it. So some people are saying they want me to pick Bills so the Texans will win, which is not saying a lot for my betting. I don't appreciate you, but I do need that right now. And the answer is the Bills are taking it, guys. The Bills are going to take this one. Now, I have a feeling it's not going to be a huge win, but they're going to take it over the Texans. I know the Texans are still using a backup quarterback, and I think the Bills are going to take it also because I introduced and interviewed people in a new Hallmark movie, Michael Dean, called Holiday Touchdown, a Bills love story.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Cute.
So it takes place like in the, in the Buffalo area, I assume. And I'd love anyone to let me know what the Bills, Tori, you get the score wrong with the team. Okay, I'll tell you the score. 17-13. Okay? And I'm just letting you know, 5 to 6 points, they say. Okay, I'm hoping that's right. Bills have the Big Mo. I don't know what that means, but I know it sounds very good. Yes. So I've got the screen to move. Oh, I wouldn't watch that if my hair was on fire. Begonia? Anyway, I'm taking the Bills. Does anyone know what the Bills? I know, that's Al Jackson. Anyone know what the Bills stand for? Oh, is it Buffalo Bill?
Yes. No.
No, is it? I bet it is. The character. Oh, the Big Mo equals momentum. Oh, okay. Yeah, they've got momentum for sure.
So they're the Buffalo Bills honors the American frontiersman and showman William Buffalo Bill Cody.
And he is buried. I've been to his gravesite. That is so fascinating. So interesting. Isn't Buffalo Bill also the name of the guy in A Silence of the Lambs?
Yeah, I kind of think you might be right.
Am I right? Like it needs the lotion. The skin needs the lotion. Yeah.
Oh no, there's a Buffalo Bill dance.
I thought there was a Buffalo Bill in
there. Oh, maybe that was his character's name, Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Buffalo wings are great. Way to transfer over to that.
Yeah.
And
how many like dinner bones out? And are you flats or drumsticks, girl?
Okay, so I hadn't tried chicken wings until I came to Denver. And then I was with Jeff and we were eating them. And I
So you
put
don't like it?
I put the so I don't like them. I love him. I put the bones on his plate, and he was like really like back in the plate. I
Oh,
did it really bad, and it's not great. So I've always been a little bit worried. It's very messy, but I really like the bones in, and I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Jag says all flats, they're extra, and he likes them extra crispy. So that's interesting. What do you like?
well, I like a combination. Sometimes I like them spicy. Sometimes I'm just like a honey barbecue, something like that. Now Al is asking me
Look up
to look
Bill's
at
Mafia.
So this is the popular name for the passionate fan base of the Buffalo Bills, and they're known for their intense dedication, wild tailgating, and unique traditions like smashing tables.
So interesting. So Buffalo often gets really, really cold, although I don't know about this year. November, you guys, we have had the longest ever streak of no snow in Colorado ever. It's been 213 days since the last snowflake. But they're also really good in the cold. Like they will show up in Buffalo weather, which is amazing.
Oh yeah,
which is crazy.
Well, same with the Broncos fans. They'll show up at Mile High in a snowstorm for sure.
For sure. Emporium Field, is that it? Empower.
Emporium.
I'm so sorry. Skin has to be super crispy, otherwise skin slimy and gross. I assume you're still talking about chicken wings, which is very true. And then you want to hit us with one unpopular opinion, sir?
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me go back and find.
Oh, Bill's Mafia is also huge for donating to many needs as well. I like a squad that's really charitable. I think that's really, really good. Makes it, yeah. So I don't like gnawing on a chicken bone, but does anyone else like the whole like part? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Okay. They're good people in that. You know who else are good people? At Grateful Dead shows and punk rock shows. They're actually very polite, which is really interesting. I just found that out. I can't date a woman that doesn't clean her wings thoroughly, says Al Jackson. That seems like a euphemism for some reason.
Ooh, this is a good unpopular opinion. You ready? I've got some. Sorry to cut you off.
Please.
We need to bring back inconveniencing ourselves to show up for people.
Can you explain what that means?
Well, I'm guessing that most people, if it means that you're being inconvenienced, will cancel on plans, will not show up to help someone with something, that you're only willing to do it if it doesn't inconvenience you.
Wow. I got to be honest, guys. I'm finding myself getting like really, and I'm going through depression and everyone's laughing at Al, depression and anxiety, but I get so irritable and I'm really trying to be less irritable. And I'm also trying to be not as gossipy and not talk bad about anyone. And just to be a more like warmer, kinder person in person. And I'm like pretty old to be doing this. And I just talked to my best friend, and her 9 and 11-year-olds have the emotional maturity that like I'm sort of looking for. So does anyone out there on your way, just tell us, are you still dealing with emotional intelligence even though you're grown? Because I'm like kind of just learning this now. So talk to me, MD.
Well, Tori, I have to say a couple of things. When it comes to, your what I would refer to as like your emotional sobriety or your ability to really self-regulate yourself well, that when I'm depressed or when I've gone through something traumatic and I start to have a very low opinion of myself,
yeah,
that it's very easy for me to become emotionally dysregulated.
Okay, because that's where I am.
It's not like it's just like a little bit of a regression experience, but that as you start to be able to build back up your self-esteem and you more right-size yourself, right? Rather than making you feel so small and insignificant.
Yeah.
When you finally realize like your own power again, or you feel like a little bit more right-sized, that a lot of that strength and that emotional regulation will come back.
Okay. Okay.
think
That's
you
really
look
nice
at
of you
it.
to say.
I think if you look at it as like something that you never learned or something like that's been deficient, I think you're selling yourself short.
Okay. Well,
You're just wearing the blue tinted glasses.
yeah,
So like because of that, wow, it's zoomed
it's
in.
really zooming in on you right now. Listen up, everyone.
I totally lost my point because I freaked myself out.
The blue tinted glasses.
Yeah, but yeah, you're like you're just your emotions go up and down too much, and they're already depressed. So
Yeah. Like at the gas station today, it said see cashier, and it happens at every gas station. And I was like, oh my God, like what the, like there does not need to be this end of the world catastrophe, but it feels like that. Someone said put on uplifting music. Black Asian says, I find I cannot self-regulate, so I just pull away from everybody. Totally know what you mean, self-isolate. I just want to say I feel you too. And I didn't mean to end this on like a bummer note, but I just wanted to like I don't know. I just wanted to let everyone know that like if this is relatable to you, I hope you know you're not alone, because I feel alone in this. So I really hope that you don't feel alone in this.
You know, Tori, not that you asked for advice, but my best piece of advice in all of those situations, especially when your first thought is negative,
Yeah.
or your first reaction is negative, just tell yourself time to pause and make a choice to think about it or react differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you just remember, you can choose how you react to things.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause right now I feel I'm just reacting, you know, without any thought.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even if you just learn to pause and think
Yeah.
about how you're reacting, it'll give you a choice. You know, it's kind of the other thing with happiness. Sometimes you just have to decide to choose happiness.
Choose joy. I know. There's a quote by I think Viktor Frankl that says, between your emotions and your reaction is a pause, and in that pause is all of freedom. And I think that's really true. I really appreciate you guys writing me in. You'll feel so much better. You're not alone. I isolate too, just so you guys know, and I'm isolating right now. So it's really important to have that community, and I really appreciate you. I know you're not the Bills Mafia, but you are part of the colleagues, and you're really important. Black Agent says, I wore the rose-colored glasses for so long, and I looked to everyone to be the one with me. When I came to the realization that it was not up to them to be one with me, I have to be one with myself. That's what I'm learning right now. And I'm old, y'all. So I'm embarrassed also. So there's this other part, but I'm getting there. I'm letting you guys know I'm getting there. I'm trying, and I'm really, really trying.
You have to relearn how to love yourself and be with yourself, you know, now that you're alone.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. And just to end again, Brandon, and I said the Bills will win. It's going to be 17-13. That's probably wrong, but I do think the Buffalo Bills will be the victors tonight. That's what I think.
Great. Tori, I love you.
I love you so much. I don't want you to go, but I want to see these outfits.
Yeah, I know. I gotta finish up Mom's.
Okay, well, go say hi to Mom and to all the colleagues. Texans have a chance. Stop it. Shelly says she took a radical leap into belly dancing at age 42. That makes me feel really good. Thank you guys. Well, I really appreciate you. Yeah, we got to see some pictures of that. Send us in, and we will try and see if YouTube fixes itself or the 6 planets or whatever happens. But we will see you on Monday.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye, guys.